Hey everyone, I'm Padmaja, your host for this expert discussion. So what are we going to talk about? We're going to discuss on marketing in the age of AI, how ChatGPT and other tools to come are transforming the digital marketing use cases. So you'd be thinking, hey, we've had so much of discussion about this already. It's been in the market, everybody has spoken in it, we've had endless team meetings about it. So what are these guys going to say new about it? So what we are going to bring is three different expert insight at one single point, right? So we have the perspective of a business owner, we have the perspective of a digital manager, and we have the perspective of a product manager, all in one go. So let's see how they kind of have perceived ChatGPT and other AI tools. Have they incorporated? Is it working? Will it work? What do they feel about it? So let me introduce the three experts joining us. We have Amit Mehta, who is the CEO of First Principles Holdco, David Valentine, the consultant and product management at LongTailPro, and Pushkar, the digital marketing manager at FP Growth. So Amit is a techpreneur, if that's the right way to say it, techpreneur. He has led several successful startups and heads the FP Venture Studio. Dave is from LongTailPro, who works in all aspects of product management, enhancement, and driving business growth. Pushkar is a digital marketing manager with 15 years of experience in all forms of digital marketing. So thank you so much, guys, for taking the time from your schedules and joining us today. So let me start the questions. Let me throw it to Amit first. So Amit, from a business perspective, from a business owner perspective, how do you see AI transforming the SaaS business landscape? And specifically, you can talk about like ChatGPT or the other ones to come. How are they transforming, and how do you see it going?
Sure. So from an AI perspective, I definitely see it transforming the entire business model. So until now, SaaS has been all about workflows, automating or digitizing workflows to save time and money. And now it's going to be about providing valuable decisions that are automatically made based on all the information the apps already have. So I think this is sort of a time for all SaaS business to rethink their entire business model. I would say business model, but what value that they provide to their customers. And then B, I think the time to innovation is going to be significantly cut down. So we're going to see a lot more innovation. Coding, for example, is going to be, we're going to be able to build apps much faster. Same time, we're going to be able to service our clients much faster. All in all, there's going to be a lot more innovation.
So I'm going to take you to the other side of the spectrum here. Do you see ChatGPT or these, they've come up with a bang, but do you think they might go the meta way, or they are going to be here to come?
Yeah, I think they'll definitely be here for the foreseeable future. As long as they don't become the overlords of the world, I think we're all okay. But no, they're definitely here for a while.
Okay, so I'm going to circle back to Pushkar now for a question. So Amit has spoken from a business owner perspective. From a digital marketing landscape, what do you feel, Pushkar? Everybody, including me, is searching for answers in like ChatGPT. So will this restrict the use of search engines, or will this enhance the use of search engines?
So let's try to understand what ChatGPT is. It's basically an natural language process based a chatbot, which has been trained, using a language model for, using lots of text-based data derived from websites, social media content. And yes, definitely it has revolutionized digital marketing. But primarily, we need to understand, Bing has introduced it. Google is going to introduce it in the form of Bard. But I think it's going to take a path where it becomes an answer engine rather than a search engine. So it's an added feature that all the search engines are going to add, like an option, right? So if you type anything like, hey, what exactly, what's the right time to grow apples, right? So it will give you an answer, right? Or which state has, or when this individual was born. So you basically get an answer, right? So it will act as more as a answer engine in coming days. And it has its own pros as well, and has its own cons as well. When I think in digital marketing, what are the pros it has? It can definitely help in refining and the customer engagement. AI Using AI, not ChatGPT, but AI is much more powerful than it was, right? Chatbots were there earlier, but they were not so refined. Now they are more intelligent and can pull a lot of data basically to give much more intelligent answers, which helps in refining and getting getting the customer more engaged, right? It will help in a lot in personalization, but by providing large set of data, a well-informed campaign can be designed suiting different type of audiences. And definitely with all this, we have automated lead nurturing at each stage, right? So with these are the things which I see that in terms of sales funnel, having an AI ChatGPT is definitely an advantage. But there are definitely cons to it, demerits to it. For example, content. The content that it generates, right, ChatGPT lacks creativity, right? It lacks, the human touch, right? The innovative approach, how a human would respond to a certain client situation where client may not be happy about certain things, right? ChatGPT will keep on giving you standardized replies, whereas the customer support executive or the sales rep has to do the firefighting or do something else, right? Provide that human touch into it. So it lacks that. There are still factual inaccuracies in it. So yeah, I think these are some of the cons around ChatGPT. But yeah, definitely it is going to revolutionize the entire digital marketing industry, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I agree with you there. While you're talking about like customer experience and customer success, I want to ask Dave a question, in terms of like LongTailPro and user experience and customer success. So do you feel that integrating these into products like LongTailPro will enhance it, or do you want to still keep them separate?
Yeah, I think, it's interesting. Everyone sees AI and ChatGPT and they think the sky is falling. And I actually think this is the greatest opportunity that we've had since the invention of social media. I mean, this is a huge, massive reorientation of the digital landscape. And for us, when we think about what it can do with LongTailPro and pairing with our SEO SaaS product, it actually enables a lot of our customers to go get the results they need based off the information we're pulling for them. A lot of the work that we do is really illuminating what needs to be done on their site, but we're not providing necessarily a means for that to get done. And one of the things that I love that Pushkar said was, it lacks creativity in the content writing, and he's absolutely right, it does. It also does something though too. It gives a lot of our customers a jumping off point for content that they're going to write. So it's not the final product. I don't recommend that you go put in a prompt into ChatGPT and then copy and paste that into a blog or an article, but rather it does give you some talking points and some ideas. And a lot of people that I've talked to, whenever they're like, I don't know where to start with content. You guys are telling me how to do some of this stuff, and I appreciate that from the LongTailPro side. I don't even know how to get going. And so one of the benefits of ChatGPT and the new AI that's coming out all the time now, it seems like every day there's a new SaaS product or a new integration that's happening. It really allows for for individuals who would struggle in some of these ways to improve their SEO and to really leverage the power of LongTailPro. Now they're able to leverage it in new ways and in a more robust fashion. So they're actually getting more benefits out of engaging with our SaaS product than they ever have before.
So I'm just going to ask one more question there to you, Dave. You just told about like leveraging the AI tool, kind of like a complementary thing to LongTailPro. So product like LongTailPro depends on keyword research, and it tells you what keyword you'll rank for. So do you think that functionality is mirrored in any of these AI tools, or is that still going to be like the domain of tools like LongTailPro?
At the moment, it's not. Will it be over time? I'm sure that it will be. But right now, you know, the best benefit that you can have is to leverage a lot of the existing SaaS products that are out there right now, and then use ChatGPT and other platforms that are leveraging AI to really enhance your use of those SaaS products. In the next 5 years, will some of these AI platforms have a lot of the abilities? Yeah, of course, but we're not there yet.
Yeah, agreed. Now I think we spoke about user experience and customer experience. Let's now come to the burning question that I think Amit addressed, redundant tasks being taken over by AI. So till now, all orgs are even now are like human-centric, right? Employee-centric, employee first. So do you think that will change with the AI? Amit, do you think there'll be less, like the need of humans to do a lot of tasks will come down? Will that save the bottom line, and will that affect human resources, Amit, from a business perspective?
Yeah, so I think there are two things. One is definitely redundant tasks. For sure, they're going to be automated. These AI models continue to get better and better. So yeah, I mean, definitely on that. Two, to both Pushkar and Dave's point, it's going to be a really great starting off point for creative work. I personally, I'm not the best writer, but I'm a great editor. So I think for a person like me, it'll give me what I need to say, and I can edit and add to it. And I think I'm not the only one in that boat. So it'll help a ton. But at the end of the day, yeah, it's definitely going to save a ton of money. And a lot of people will need to be reskilled and upskilled, or they're going to be out of a job pretty soon.
Okay. So I'm going to tie in and ask Pushkar what he feels like. Do you think content writers will be out? Because that from an SEO or digital marketing perspective, or or there. I know you talked about like creativity and everything, but instead of having like maybe 2 or 3 or 10 content writers in the team, will you see a reduction in the number?
I'll start with what Amit said. People need to like train and upgrade their skills, definitely. But at this moment where AI tools are, or especially ChatGPT, it definitely has factual accuracies in it. Also, it has predefined biases. Also, it has been noticed that it has predefined bias, and it lacks human empathy and creativity. Right? Content is not just text. Right? Content is a good content that attracts a lot of good reading or is readable. Has to have a piece of text, an image, a video, a lot of graphics, and references and sources, right, which cannot be generated using any AI. It's very difficult, right? So somebody who can go out and research and combine all those things can definitely come up with a well-researched, creatively written content, right? So definitely, if any content writer is not doing that, definitely they need to skill up. They improve their skills, right? That how to generate really good content which has more readability, right? Yeah. Now coming to the other aspects, SEO and paid ads. SEO is not limited to content creation. There are repeated tasks, but keyword research or tech audit, they are more towards technicality, right? Understanding the niche, right? So definitely SEOs has a lot of things to I mean, it's still, they can still leverage AI to improve their functionality, but again, it's technical skills, I think, which is more important in this. Now, coming to paid ads, AI bots can help to automate like certain tasks of paid marketing. I mean, even Google uses to, use AI to show ads, right? To refine keep on improving their
Exactly.
ad positioning, right? But when AI can be used to analyze user data and create personalized and really more targeted campaigns, which resonates more with the targeted audience, right? But again, it's a tool, right? At the end of the day, it's a tool, right? So it's on us that how well we can use these tools to come up with really good ad campaigns that really resonates with the target audience, right? So I think still I will circle back where people still need to keep on working hard and use this as a tool.
Yeah, and maybe we'll see how much these evolve and then see how we adapt to it. So I'll pass the same question to Dave. Like we see chatbots, on every site, we kind of, ask questions to it and somebody picks them up. Maybe not at that time, if there is no answer, somebody picks it up. So do you feel that the need for customer success team or a team would be like less with for all SaaS products with more AI tools coming in?
Yeah, I think that what it's going to do is it's going to amplify human capacity, right? So one person may be able to manage what 3 people were doing before. And some of this is, we've got a number of clients that we're talking to, PR agencies and creative agencies and whatnot that are customers of LongTailPro, and we're asking them, how are they leveraging AI? It's fascinating to hear some of the ways that they're doing it. And some of the ways that include are writing standard operating procedures that instead of it taking an hour to put together an SOP, it's now taking them 12 minutes. And so it's just leveraging what was human capacity, and it's really shortening it down to a more manageable system. And so, one of the things that we've seen over and over again is that people are keeping prompts in ChatGPT in particular that then allow them to go pick it up at any point in time as a template, put in the information they need, and it spouts back information that they need in return very, very quickly. So I think that what it's going to honestly do is it's going to make a lot of companies more profitable. It's going to make it so that a lot of the manual work that was going on before still continues to go on, but you're going to get more out of a singular person than you have been before, because for a lot of people, ChatGPT is just a more glorified way of having a virtual assistant. I think that one of the things that's not being talked about a lot is there's a learning curve to how you use these AI tools, and you have to be an expert in it in order to leverage it to its maximum capacity, and it's brand new space. So if you're just like going in and playing around with it for 20, 30 minutes, you're not going to get the value out of it that somebody else that's been using it every day, multiple hours a day, is going to leverage it in a totally different way, and they're going to maximize the value that you can have out of these tools.
Yeah, so I think that ties in with the accuracy questions as well. Like ChatGPT can even give keyword suggestions, right? Like I've tried using it. Hey, what are the keywords? But do you think the accuracy and quality will be the same, or is it going to go like learn over time?
Well, right now hypothetically, yeah, it should grow and learn over time. Right now, it doesn't have what it needs to do. Like it just doesn't have it. Even if you're paying for the premium version, you're talking about new data happening all the time, and it's not picking up new data all the time because there's so much, right? So it's trying to catch up to what's going on, and it's going to get better, of course. But a lot of people are using the free version, which is pulling data from 2021, which shockingly is 2 years old. And so here we are in 2023, and just think about the things that have transpired in that time frame. It's quite a lot. So if you're using the premium version, maybe you're getting closer to the data. But again, this is brand spanking new. There's going to be bugs. There's going to be issues. There's going to be inaccuracies. And you can't take it and just go, okay, ChatGPT to the rescue. Everything's cool. You're going to still have to have some human intervention here to make this work. And that will evolve over time, and we'll get to a better spot. But for right now, yeah, I think that there's a lot of things here that are still being tuned up and refined, and over time they're going to get much, much better.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that, Dave. I totally agree with that. So let me circle back to you, Amit. What do you think are, like, we know the cons of like what ChatGPT can do, cannot do, and everything, but 2 years down the line, 5 years down the line, how are you getting like business ready? Maybe not 5 years, maybe like 2 years down the line, how are you getting your business ready for any AI tools to come? Because we have an idea, Google is come up with Bard, right? So Bing is coming with its own. So how are you preparing for?
I'm gonna sell all my businesses and just have gold. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, no, I mean, if you are a B2B SaaS business, which is what we primarily own, again, we have to fundamentally think about the offering that we provide to our customers and how we innovate. I think is just completely new. We honestly need to go back to the drawing board. For example, one of our products is an HIRS system. There, the amount of AI that can potentially come in is just insane. Same thing with a MarTech tool. We have a tool that does cold email outreach or just outreach. That entire kind of thing can be automated. The entire SDR job can actually be completely automated. Maybe not now, but you gave me a time frame of 2 to 5 years. So within that time frame, it can definitely be done. So yeah, I think that's that. This is a great time for again, like innovation and kind of going back to the drawing board. So yeah, that's sort of what we're doing.
Is it the same with LongTailPro as well, Dave? Are you kind of feeling the need that you'll have to go back to drawing board at some point, or is it like, hey, we can plug and play and make it more better?
I think that it's not back to the drawing board. I think it's more just understanding, okay, how are people going to leverage this, and how can we leverage this with our SaaS tool as well? What is it that we could do if we implement these sort of AIs into the information and the databases that we have? Because we're rich with data, right? Like that's the thing that no one talks about a lot with SaaS products, is they're all built on a data set that's very well established. And so I think that it's giving some ability and integrating a lot of these tools that are brand spanking new as they continue to develop out. I think that we're going to see more and more SaaS products in particular that integrate these into their product as a whole. And it's not going to be replacing them, it's going to be enhancing them.
Pushkar, what do you feel about like digital marketing? Is it going to be enhancing, or is it going to be like Pushkar plus 2 people 3 years down the line doing SEO?
Definitely, it will help in cutting down certain repeated tasks. But I have my doubts at the present version, right? As Dave pointed out, like, the free version is having 2021 data because it's machine learning, right? It needs training data, right, to populate information, right? And I don't know how much time it takes. On the premium version, it must be taking time, right? So lack of up-to-date training data is an issue for me, right? With the current ChatGPT. The other is the stability and the availability of service, right? Most often I see it's down, too many usage, downtime, right? So it's availability and is the problem which I see in the current scenario, right? Because if it has to be taken to, let's say, an enterprise SEO environment, how scalable it is, right? Exactly. We are not talking about 50-page websites or 100-page websites looking for content or something like that. Let's talk about scaling like billions of pages, right? Millions of data set to work on. So there I have some reservations. And coming back to the incorrect and biased information and lack of personalization sometimes, because it sounds so neutral when it's generating content, right? So that I feel. The other thing which I think which comes to my mind, I was researching on it and I was like, OpenAI has to spend a lot to run this huge data, right? To run these computing resources, right? I think it's costing $3 million to $4 million a month for them to run this, right? So That's also could be a hurdle in future. But yeah, let's see. It's right now it's the thing which is helping a lot. But if these are resolved, definitely it will help.
Maybe Dave is the right person to ask this question. The one thing we have seen in people like business owners or people trying to use, I think Amit and Pushkar also have this experience that they probably try to want to learn, like, hey, what keywords will I use, or how do I do SEO? Try it themselves and come to a point where after that they need somebody to guide them. I think that's when they start using a tool or they start using a service, right? And I have a feeling that that's not going to change. So even with ChatGPT, they might have all the answers, but when it actually comes to implementing or actually finding the keyword or actually wanting to talk to an expert, I think they'll still have to rely to somebody on the other end of the phone or other end of the Zoom call. Do you feel that that'll still be there? Am I right?
Yeah, I mean, when you think about it, 90+% of human communication is nonverbal. So our facial expression, our hand movements, our tone of voice. And, you know, I've had many a friend who have said to me, you know, I get along fine with my significant other, my boyfriend, girlfriend, my spouse, unless we're texting, and then we start to get into fights. And it's like, yeah, because there's something that's lost in translation when you're only engaging with text, and you can only get so far. And I think that there's also something to, like, you know, again, one of the agencies that we have been talking with that is a customer of ours at LongTailPro, they're using it to create standard operating procedures, which are written, and it's helping them with the written piece, but they're still having to have a real person go do a screen share and do a Loom and go through and show them how to do it. So a lot of this is not going to replace people. And that's why I think that when everyone's like, the sky is falling, we're going to have 2 billion people out of jobs because of AI. I don't believe that. We've seen over and over and over again through the course of human history that when we innovate, what ends up happening is that people become experts in new spaces. I think that there are huge opportunities for a lot of people to go start businesses that are built around teaching people how to use ChatGPT, educating people on how to leverage it to its fullest, and then also like, hey, this is how you use it so that you can get as much as you can out of it. And there's a lot of opportunities there. And guess what? All of those things are going to be human driven. And so, yeah, I don't think it's over for humanity.
I don't think so either. I think it's starting in a different way. Same probably like how ARPANET and internet came and then it replaced things. So we just evolved, got new jobs, learned new things, and moved on into new technology. So I think it's going to go the tangential way and not like totally people are going to lose out of business or this thing. But do you, what does Amit's mind say now? Like Amit is like so good at like the business level of things, like, hey, you know, this can be turned into a product. Like he's got, what does Amit think about like having AI integrated into SaaS businesses and kind of enhance?
Yeah, absolutely. No, I mean, I think, I mean, I think we're all on the same page here where from a business perspective, there's just so much more opportunity for innovation. So it really is sort of that next leap in technology. And yeah, there are trillions of dollars that are to be made and to completely change the way that we do things. So yeah, looking forward to being part of that movement.
So I think Amit has summed up the conversation pretty well. Yes, AI is going to change the landscape, but yes, like always humans do, I'm sure we'll evolve and actually get into more innovative spaces. But let's just see how things go, and maybe a couple of years down the line we can do another discussion to compare notes on what we discussed here and what actually happened. But here's to good times ahead, and thanks to all of you three to bring in your views from a different perspective. And thank you very much. You all have a good day, guys.
Yeah, thank you guys. Bye.
Thank you.